Alvin, you were in my comments last week saying that there was more to the story and more that we didn't know about why you did not come to flag football. Come on up front for wasting my time, for getting me hype. David, let's have a conversation. Michelle, as always, the floor is yours, sis. Ikechi and Emon, girl, no means no. If he don't want to be touched, don't touch him. Keep your hands to yourself. Hands off. Oh my God, excuse me. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here to talk Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 9. You into some crazy stuff. If you're a brand new or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed to the channel, I need like 300 of y'all to subscribe to the channel. Do it tonight because you're watching. The numbers are numbering, so I know y'all are watching. Hit the subscribe button. As always, our goal is 1,000 likes. Thumbs up the video if you do nothing else. And then let's talk down below in the comments, all right? So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. So this episode starts off with Madison and Allan, okay? So Madison is coming back from flag football, and she tells Allan that she is disappointed that he did not come. Jesus. Allan said he felt like Madison didn't want him around when they went out the night before. So remember, the night before was Allan's birthday party. So some of her people, some of his people, they all went out. While they were out, Allan got the vibe that Madison didn't want to be there with him. It just kind of felt like she was out. So apparently at some point he couldn't find Madison. So he ended up leaving. Madison said, "Oh, I just went to the bathroom. That's all." So Allan hasn't gotten a sense of them kind of being in us, and he kind of feels like he did that kind of out of retaliation. Allan, is that what you came in my comments to talk about? Because absolutely not. Because Allan, you came in my comments to say that there is so much more to why you didn't go to flag football, and if that was the reason, you could have kept your comment to yourself. So you didn't go to flag football because you thought she left you at the club? No communication, no text, no phone call, no nothing. You didn't even throw up a smoke signal, but you thought she left, so you wanted to be petty, so you left her, and that's what we are supposed to take your side about? No. Absolutely not. Now, I don't know if you watched the video or if you just went channel to channel because your comment was the same on a couple of channels that I saw, but no, sir. That doesn't work over here. We get to the root of the issue. That was no reason for you not. I don't want to get upset with you, Allan, because I like you. So we gonna skate on right past it. So it comes down to Allan feeling as if Madison wasn't there. She didn't really want him there. Madison is like, well, why didn't you tap me on the shoulder? He doesn't have to. Madison, I would think that if you're there with your husband, your boy, your boo, your nigga, your whoever you want to call him, I would think that you would have the wherewithal about yourself to be like, hey, Allan, I'm getting ready to run to the bathroom. That's all you had to do. Madison be on some sneaky type stuff, and I don't like it. So she said that she is struggling right now. I'm struggling to not be upset with you too, Madison. I'm struggling to not do that. We then see Tom and Camille. So Camille is happy that his competitive nature came out. She said that he was willing to sacrifice her just to get the touchdown. I said, okay. So while doing that, he strained his quad and his hamstring. So she stretches him out, and they talk about the conversation with her sister. I don't care about it anymore. The cultural differences, I don't care, Camille. Y'all are one and the same. Y'all are the same person. Y'all damn near look alike. So for you to keep going on and on and on about this, what is it inside of you, Camille, that you feel that you have to overcompensate? Because at this point, sis, I'm tired. I'm tired. Truth is, I'm tired. Okay? Options are few. 10 more man sodas. So they Allan, Jesus. What's his name? Tom feels that he has never had to think about how hard it was to be a black woman. And oh my God. This is so baffling to me. It kills me when black men are just so oblivious to life that they don't understand the plight of the black woman. We understand y'all plight. We help y'all with y'all plight, but it never once crossed your mind how hard it is to be a black woman. By time by time, Camille lets him know she doesn't want to change him. She just wants him to be swaggier, wear more Jordans, wear a gold chain, put a hoop earring in, maybe wear a do-rag out in public, flap, have the flap out, for a little bit of whoa. She wants you to sag. She wants you to wear denim tears, and, maybe she wants you to wear FUBU, okay? That's what Camille wants. But outside of that, she don't want to change you. God, I'm so sick of this conversation. Don't talk to Pastor Cal about this. I think he will be the best person. So we then see Carla and Juan. So Juan is on a 30-mile bike ride. Good for him. But when he gets back to the house, he said that, Carla sleeps all day. Carla's always sleep. Carla sleeps in. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock and Carla is still asleep. Juan is not attracted to Carla because he's not attracted to Carla's personality and what he perceives to be Carla's lack of ambition. That's what it is. Because the way he kept bringing it up over and over and over, I said, I know something. Emem. So Emem is meeting up with some of her friends for lunch. And her friend brings up the fact that when she was at the happy hour, and her friend brings up the fact that um she was at the housewarming party and that Emin was called aggressive by Ikechi. And the other friend was like, whoa. So basically, Emin and her friend, I think her name was Chrissy, they take Ikechi calling her aggressive as Emin is just a very direct type of person. I think it was a cop out by Ikechi. I think it was a cop out. I don't think he likes her. He's intimidated by her. So he doesn't like Emin because she has more than him. She seems more intelligent than him. She's more accomplished than him. You would think that a wordsmith, a person that has a poem, a book of poems, letters to my wife, $9.99 for the paperback, $12.99 for the hard copy, $5.99 for the Kindle. It's on Amazon. Letters to my wife. Some of y'all think that I am being serious with the promo, y'all. I don't know how much the book costs. I am not receiving anything from it. It is a joke, okay? It is a joke. If you truly want the book, why would you? How would this sell any of these books? Like, what poem is in the book? This is not the wife he wrote the letters to. It's just a joke, y'all. That's all. It's just a joke. So Emmett said that basically Ikechi is in bed by 9 p.m. And when she tries to have a conversation with him, he tells her that it's too late to talk. Emmett, just go home, sis. You don't need this. You don't need this from this weird ass, washed up, weak ass backpack rapper wannabe ass nigga. You don't. You don't. He gives lame anyways. So Emmett thinks that Ikechi is proceeding as if they are together, or excuse me, she does not think that he is proceeding as if they are together, but if they are going to be together. So she feels that whenever she asks him questions and they have conversations about the marriage, about, their future, he doesn't want to answer those. He always talks in, well, if we were, when we are, like that type of stuff. And she's like, no, we're in the here and now. Okay. So she doesn't know how she will continue to show up because I don't want to keep getting labeled as aggressive. One, just as a person, okay? But two, as a black woman. Three, as a black woman that has a business. Four, as a black woman with a business on TV. Calling her aggressive could be detrimental to her business. We have to think, Ikechi. We have to think. Take off that Scully so your brain could breathe. Because we're not using both sides of the brain. We got to think about this. We then get to Michelle and David. So they're getting their eyebrows done. This is going to make her more comfortable. That piece of eyebrow that she got, them 10 strands of eyebrow hair, she wants to go pluck out 3 of them, I guess. Okay. So her friend has been doing her eyebrows for about 12 years. And her friend was like, so how are you guys doing? Michelle said, we take a couple steps forward and we take some steps back. Why couldn't you just say good? I think that here's the thing. I think that Michelle wants everybody to dislike David because she does. And so every time somebody talks to her or talks to them and they're like, oh, David seems like a really good person. He seems genuine, whatever the case. You can tell that she is seething because she wants to scream out, but he lives at home. He lives at home. Oh my God. He lives at home. Don't like him. He lives at home. That's what Michelle wants. Michelle wants everybody to be as disgusted with David as she is. So her friend said that, you know, back and forth, that sounds like me and my husband. Like that's how marriage is. Every day is not going to be rainbows and gumdrops. Y'all know the song. Every day is not going to be like that. And for Michelle to claim that she is so evolved and so intelligent and she is just so smart, you would think that her dumb ass would know that, but for some reason she doesn't. She just don't. Okay? So her friend said that Michelle was very positive. The way that they were laughing had nothing on me. I was in here guffawing. I have never laughed harder than when they said that Michelle is always a positive person. I said, this Michelle? This one? This Michelle? Oh, okay. Michelle herself admits that she has not been very positive as of late. So David is getting his eyebrows done now, or cleaned up at least. And Michelle said that, or he acknowledges that Michelle has a wall up. So according to David, like he hasn't been able to pull those layers back to even see like different parts of her. So her friend was like, well, are you a person that just likes to just sit back and chill? David was like, no, I'm an active person. I'm in a softball league, a volleyball league, a baseball league, a soccer league, a table tennis league, a pool league, a bowling league, a Starburst league. Where I go make M&Ms. I'm in that type of league. David does it all. He's a very active person. That's why he live in the basement. Remember he said because he's never home? He has all these activities. So her friend, Michelle's friend, suggests do some fun stuff. Get out together and do some things like roller skating. You like to roller skate, don't you? And Michelle was like, yeah, I guess. Go roller skating. I said, okay, sure. So David is willing to do activities that have Michelle in her comfort zone. So, and we have seen this, whatever it takes for Michelle to feel more comfortable, David is 100% with. It's just a matter of Michelle actually getting comfortable. We then get to Tom and Camille. So Camille comes home from work, I'm assuming, and Tom has like a nice little romantic setup. There's flower petals everywhere, and he has a massage table out. He has some champagne, some champagne. Okay, so they gonna have it's a vibe. I said, now this is cute. This is cute, Tom. I see you. So Tommy said that he wants to give her a massage. So while he's giving her a massage, he is like kissing down her body. I said, Tom, ready for some action, ain't he? I said, okay, y'all about to get it in. Michelle said, don't play about it, be about it. And then they go to the bedroom and proceed to have the sex. I said, all right, that was very forward. Ikechi would have screamed. Oh my God. Ikechi would have been just mortified had you did that to him, Camille. So we get Juan and Carla. They are out to lunch and she wants to share more about her past. So Carla is like, and I keep telling this man that, physical touch is, one of my love languages. He didn't understand. So she explains that growing up, her parents were immigrants and they came on over from Mexico. And she said that they had a lot of communication issues. So they weren't a family that was the best at expressing their feelings. So it wasn't a whole lot of, I love you, hugging and kissing, or this hurt me because whatever the case. So because they kept everything bottled in, a lot of their emotions would come out in anger. So she said that she learned affection in therapy, which is why she is so big on affection now, because she knows that it's just one quick relapse and she's going to be reverting back to her childhood where anger is, the go-to emotion, and where She just doesn't show her appreciation and her love for people in that way. So while she's doing this, Juan is paying her dust, really, and he is eating his onion rings. That kind of would have bothered me. I was on Carla's side 1,000%. So she's like, now, do you understand why? I kind of crave and I really want that affection. And he was like, I hear you. Yeah, I'm not there yet. You just got to be patient with me. So she tells him, look, if I'm important, you will make the effort, and actions speak louder than words. And I'm gonna be real. I'm on Carla's side. Juan seems very detached from her. He doesn't seem like he likes her like at all. And I don't know, because I don't think it's that he's not physically attracted to her, because when they were on the honeymoon, he was saying how he doesn't want to get intimate yet. He's kind of holding back, pulling himself back. So it must be her personality or something that is not gelling with him. Okay. We then get to David and Michelle once again. They're out bowling with some of David's friends. I said, look at Michelle being all nice and cordial with the fellas. Okay, so they're sitting down talking, and Michelle said that she came into the marriage very open minded, but there are some things that are holding her back. She said, like his swearing and his lifestyle. Look, and so David gets upset about the swearing. David's in the confessional saying that he feels like he's getting beat up on. No. And I talked about this when Michelle initially brought it up. David, you cuss too damn much. Okay? Here's the thing. I swear. I curse. Y'all hear it on the channel, right? But if I'm in front of my parents, I'm not swearing. If I'm in front of my elder relatives, I'm not swearing. If I'm at work, I'm not swearing. If I am at a work event, a very casual work event, I'm not swearing. If I'm in certain scenarios, I'm not swearing. If I'm out in a restaurant having dinner, I'm not swearing loudly. The fact that David sweared in front of her mother, and her mother was offended enough to tell Michelle who this and such was embarrassed, yeah, that's a problem, David. So then Michelle is like, I don't know if I can take him to certain things, work events where there's CEOs and people in tech and all this type of stuff, because you're going to be over there, motherfucker, bitch, damn. Like, she doesn't want that. So David is like, well, I know how to act. I don't know, David. Y'all were at the sushi place. Y'all were having sushi lessons, and you were swearing like a sailor. So I can understand Michelle being upset about that. If David keeps saying all of these things are quick fixes, but you have yet to fix anything. Y'all are having this conversation, and she's telling your friends she's not a fan of all the swearing, and you are still cursing, literally in the same breath. So I can see why Michelle feels as if you are not going to progress and move forward with certain things. You're not showing her. You can say, yeah, it's not a big deal for me. These are all fixable, doable things. But if she's having a conversation about how her mother felt a way about you swearing in front of her, and then now she's saying, and this is her second time telling you that she does not care for the swearing, and then you start swearing again, what are we really doing? And what are we doing it for? I understand Michelle's frustration with that. So Michelle said that, every day she wakes up hopeful, and then she ends up shutting down. Michelle, go get some therapy. You need to be talking to Dr. P on a daily, because Dr. P ain't gonna give you what you need to hear. She's not gonna pander to you and placate you like Dr. Pepper will sometimes. Dr. P is, and I'm not here to jeopardize my license. I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't. And she gets her ass together later. So David's friends are shocked that she's not head over heels. Why? Because if everybody was head over heels for David, he wouldn't have had to sign up for a show. Where is your wife at, Mr. Baldman? Because I feel like I didn't like how David's friends were talking to her. I didn't. If she's not head over heels for David, then she's not head over heels for David. And now y'all got me defending Michelle, which is even more disgusting. So David is in his confessional again, and he feels that the things that he has to offer are real and genuine, and he doesn't understand why she is so hung up on his lifestyle and where he lives. Here's the thing. I see what David is saying. Let me bring my Libra scales out real quick. I see what David is saying, right? I'm a genuine person. You're safe with me. I'm caring. I got you. All these different things. High up, right? Amazing things. But I see where Michelle is coming from too, right? You keep saying you have all this money, but I don't know. You keep saying you don't have to live at home, but I don't know. You haven't proven it to me. Show her your credit score. Show her your bank account. Show her your 401k. Show her something so that she gets that extra peace of mind. And David, the fact that David is not doing that lets me know all I can do is ascertain from it that David don't have the money and David don't have the shebang that he's saying that he does. So one of her friends asks, or one of his friends asks Michelle if her expectations are unrealistic, and she said maybe. At least she's honest. At least she's honest. Madison and Allan, so they are meeting with Dr. Pia, and they feel that life has been interesting. Okay, married life has been interesting. Madison said the romantic and physical connection is just a struggle for her. Dr. Pia said, "Look, heard about the club. What happened? Because y'all came together and y'all left separately. That is not what married people do, and it's not. It's not what married people do." Madison acknowledges that she is still very much in her singleness. Girl, it has been 3 weeks. You should be out of it by now. You should have some type of common sense about yourself to realize that you're in a marriage. Where is the self awareness, Madison? So she said that her past partners have had an issue with how much she sees her friends and how much she sees her family. Dr. Pia pulled her card right away. So you don't prioritize your partners, is what I'm hearing. I said, that's what I heard, Dr. Pia. That's what I heard. I heard that. So Madison was like, well, no. Well, I guess, yeah, you're a terrible ass, shitty ass partner. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. When you are married, that is your family. That is now your immediate family. Hell, I'm not married and I know that. So Dr. Pia asked her, what will it take for Allan to be prioritized? And this she said compliments. Girl, bye. Talking about some you don't tell me I'm beautiful. Maybe you weren't beautiful that day. All them damn colors in your hair right now are not the best. What Dr. P is going to give them a game to play to help them um get more in tune with one another and I guess to connect on a more physical level, okay? So we get to Tom and Camille. Did I skip my Tom and Camille scene? Okay. Okay, not yet. Okay, so we get to Tom and Camille. So Dr. Pia comes over and talks to them, and Camille couldn't wait to say that they had consummated the marriage. Okay, it wasn't one of them scenes where like y'all just go running the back and nothing happened. They did the do. She said that it brought them closer. I'm sure it did. Soul ties. Soul ties is crazy. So Camille doesn't have anything that is off limits, and there are no boundaries with her when it comes to intimacy and sex. Tom seems excited by that. He gives square in the bedroom, but I don't know. I don't know the man. So she wants him to take more of a lead role though. Is Tom wearing two wedding bands or is it just thick AF? Why was like the top half black and the bottom half gold? Just a random note that I wrote down. So Tom lets us know that he is worried about failing. He said so he's very careful with telling people that he loves them because to be honest, he feels that you have to let people know when you appreciate the stuff that they do for you because you never know when it's going to be the last time, which is true. Which is true. Give people their flowers in the moment. Don't always put it off and wait and say that you can do it on another day because you don't always get that chance, right? So he then goes on to say that he doesn't feel like he deserves to be in the position that he's in. He was a bad partner in the past. Now, I don't know if he has told Camille that he cheated on that last girlfriend or if that is still just, a secret. but he cheated on that last girlfriend. And I really would like to know if he has told Camille that or what Camille's reaction is going to be. So Camille lets him know that everybody deserves love, everybody deserves the best out of life, and as long as you are doing better and there is growth and you're moving forward, then that's all that counts. Camille said to her, love is being able to be her true authentic self within that relationship and then getting to a place where you can't see life without the other person. So far so good, guys, from the light brights. Okay, we get to Emon. So Emon is doing a little diary cam and tells us that her and Ikechi went to dinner. She said, I asked him a question. I asked him, what did he do to prepare for marriage? Ikechi don't like questions. We know that, okay? So he gets a little testy and he got loud in the restaurant to the point where other people were looking. So she had to tell him, you getting loud in here, nigga, let's go. As they ended up leaving dinner. That's an issue. That's an issue. Because what you not going to do is embarrass me in public like that. Because who you talking to? Why does Ikechi have such an aversion to questions? Commonsensical questions. She's not asking stupid stuff like, okay, if you were a tiger and I was a zebra, would you chase me? Like, she's not asking stuff like that. How did you prepare for the process? It's a very basic question to me, very standard, commonsensical, if you will, but we'll get back to them later. We then see Carla and Juan. They're meeting up with Dr. Pia. Carla has not introduced Juan to her father or her parents for that matter because she wants to know him on a deeper level. Carla also kind of feels like, let me find out if this is a relationship of substance before I come and bring you around my family because let's not waste everybody's time. Juan respects it. Of course he does because he don't like her. He's not attracted to her. Juan probably doesn't see her as his wife past, the experience. So Dr. Pia asked them if this feels like a marriage. Juan said, well, I don't know. We're in it. I don't know what a marriage feels like. Carla said it doesn't feel like it to her. She said because she's the one that's always initiating kisses and cuddles and physical touch. Juan said he's not there yet. That connection is not there for him yet. There's no chemistry between the two of them, and because of that, it is not natural for him to want to, do that type of stuff with her. Dr. Pia asks, what do they need from the other to be able to get to that deeper level connection? And Carla wants to feel like he cares about her and about spending quality time together. Plan activities with me. I will say this season, we are not seeing these people date as much as we typically do. We're not even seeing them really do stuff at the house. Like, I feel like Thomas and Camille have done the most out of all the couples we've seen, but we're not seeing these couples do a lot together, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. So we then get to my favorite scene of the entire episode, y'all. My favorite scene, okay? So look how Tom being all swaggerific, okay? So they go to the jewelry store, y'all, and you can see Camille just melting in a puddle that he got on them Jordan 11s, that he got on the chain, the earrings. Like, he was feeling himself. He's posing and everything. And you can just tell that this is making Camille's entire day. Like, look at this. Look at Swaggy T. Oh my God. I'm happy Camille got the fantasy that she needed. Now I'm not even gonna cap. The earrings did make Thomas, go up a notch or two. But you want him to have on this ignorant ass chain, girl? Okay. Y'all are in Chicago. So she tells him that, the swagometer was turned up. I said, girl, your pride should be turned down. The swagometer? Camille, what is your swagometer on? Because if you're saying swagometer, you at like a -2. You at about a -2. She wants this man to be so swaggy, so swaggerific, so swag surfer-ish, so swagtastic So swag full that she buys him some earrings. I said, girl, I know you fucking lying, Camille. Oh, Camille. Oh, Camille. Oh, Camille, where is your Camille? Where is your pride, sis? Tuck your shame in. Tuck it in. Ooh. My God. My God today and tomorrow. Okay. So we then get to Emon and Ikechi. Okay. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Okay. So they're meeting up with Dr. Pia. So Emma gets there first, and Dr. Pia is like, hey, how's it going? Emma says she doesn't know who Ikechi is. He is a different person from the wedding to the honeymoon to now. She don't know who she married. I said, okay. Ikechi comes in looking like a backpack rapper, okay? And he comes in and he's in a mood. He's being very sassy. Yes, I said he's sassy, okay? Comes in being very sassy, and he takes a seat noticeably away from Emmett. There's a chair between the two of them. So Dr. Pia says, so you are choosing not to sit next to your wife. Ikechi gets an attitude, and it's like, I picked a seat. No. No, 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 no. Because this is what we're not going to do. I do not like when these people come on here and are passive aggressive with the experts, okay? Dr. Pia did not deserve your attitude because she didn't do anything to you. So then it becomes, I just had a day. So she clocks his ass and said, look, we're all adults here. We are not going to be passive aggressive. So let's get that out the window and show each other some respect. Now, she checked his ass. He probably thought she was aggressive too. But he was like, okay. And you can tell he had an attitude from there forward because then everything that Dr. Pia was asking him, true, yes, facts, sure, yep. Like he had an attitude. His energy was off. And I wish that they would have told him, let's try again when you in a better fucking mood. Cause you're doing too much. You're being rude. You're being condescending. But you want to call somebody aggressive. So Dr. Pia is like, what's the issue? Ikechi said that they cannot just enjoy each other without answering without answering questions, right? And Dr. Pia is like, the questions will help you. Ikechi said, no, these questions won't. They won't help us. So Emin is like, I guess I'm confused because the questions that I'm asking are normal. She was like, what do you want in a marriage? What do you want in a wife? Ikechi said, no, nope, nope, nope. That is not the type of questions I'm referring to. So I was with Dr. Pia. So what she ask you? So Ikechi is like, well, I told Emmett that I would not disrespect her by putting her vulnerable moments on blast. So Dr. Pia asked Emmett, like, can he say? Emmett said, go for it. So apparently, Emmett asked if he wanted to have sex with her, and he told her he did not want to have sex with her until they are on a solid level of understanding. Once their communication is here and they feel like they know each other on a good level, then he would want to take it that next step. Now, after having this conversation, according to Ikechi, Emmett initiated sex anyways, and he turned her down. Emmett said, no, we never actually started, okay? She then told him, or he then said after that, after the turning it down, she started to act funny with him. So, based on what she is saying, for one, no means no. That goes for anybody. Keep your hands to yourself. If that man told you he did not want to have sex with you, he did not want to touch you, he did not want to do any of that, this, that, and the third with you, then no means no, sis. And you're going to have to take that on the chin. He didn't want to do it with you. Keep your hands to yourself. And we got to be fair about that because had it been a man doing that to a woman, it would be mayhem. So no means no, okay? Now, the way that Ikechi is phrasing this is as if Emmett came in and kind of ripped his clothes off, and that's not what happened, right? So She then told Emem then told Ikechi she does not like being called aggressive. She don't like it. So he then said, "Well, you are aggressive," and called her aggressive again. Why? Because to me, that's rude. If it's one thing that I do not like is if I tell somebody I don't like something or something bothers me and you continue to do it. I had a friend that used to do that all the time. So I stopped talking to that friend, right? And he would hit me up and be like, "Why you always got an attitude? Because you're disrespectful." Because if I'm telling you that something you're doing bothers me and you just completely disregard my feelings and you keep doing it anyways, you don't respect me, you don't respect our friendship, right? So he called her aggressive again, then said that he feels like a piece of meat in the house. So Dr. Pia is like, "So you feel as if your consent is being violated." And he was like, "True, true." So Emma said, "Well, that's interesting because when we were on the honeymoon, I put my hand on your thigh and you moved my hand to your crotch." Emin said, "I put my hand on your thigh and you moved my hand to your crotch." Okay. She said that after they moved in together, she would touch him and he would tell her to stop. And when she said by touch, I'm assuming hugs or whatever the case. They don't specify that. And he said, "Yeah, because I don't know you." And when she would ask, she said, "I asked out of curiosity." He would say, "Because I don't know you. I don't know you. You're a stranger to me." So she was offended by that because why are you telling me that, right? So according to Emma, she's being her basic self. That's how she gets down. She was comfortable and she thought it was okay because of the rapport that they had built with each other. He told her, because now he's being nasty about it, and it's like, "Well, I could be anybody on some you just want to fuck." And I thought that was rude. I thought that was rude. But my thing, like, and I want to be very fair in this because again, he has a right to say no. If he told you he does not want to have sex with you and you still try to initiate sex, that's wrong as hell. Emin, that's wrong as hell. No means no, sis. No means no. The same way that if you did not want to be touched and you told him no and he's, came on to you anyways, that would be just as wrong. So they then Dr. Pia is like, "Look, why don't we find a way to where we can get to know each other without, all the extra, okay? Let's find a way to move forward." I kind of feel like the way that he phrased this could be so detrimental to her business because you basically came on here and the way that he was phrasing him, we would have thought that she like came in and was like ripping down his pants and grabbing him. You know what I mean? It's still very much no means no. His feelings are valid, but the way that he explained it, you would think that way more happened. The way that Emin explained it was on some "I would hug you," because Dr. Pia was like, "So this happened repeatedly," and Ikechi was like, "No, it was just the one time." And the way he's saying it is that when he comes home, she like runs up to him and hugs him and gives him a kiss. One, Emma, you're thirsty as fuck. Okay, he's not worth it. He don't want you. He don't want you. And if you think that her hugging you and kissing you when you come home is her trying to initiate sex with you, oh my God. But I guess. We then get Michelle. Dr. Pia comes over. Michelle wants to talk to her individually about kind of moving forward with Juan. So she wants to, with David, she wants to get over the feeling that she's settling. So according to Michelle, David's lifestyle reminds her of where she came from, very simple. So Dr. Pia was like, "So how did you meet these people? How did you get to where you are now?" Michelle said that She wanted to leave the small town she grew up in, so she moved to Chicago. No money, got a job as a bartender, and then she started to like network and meet friends and apply for jobs, whatever the case. So according to Michelle, she lives this extremely lavish life, and her going back to a simple life would be failure. So Dr. Pia said, look, you're just trying to protect yourself from being hurt, and so you're superficial. You're focused on superficial things, money, the house. So she said that's not what real life is about. Michelle has said that when she was growing up, her parents didn't have a lot. So all of her friends had more. So Dr. Pia is like, so you wanted the more to replace what you were feeling. And Michelle is like, no, I just wanted the more. No, you wanted the more because Michelle is one of these people, one of those people that grew up with nothing, that now feels that material things and your house and all this other type of stuff that equals status. She wants people to look at her and think that she has money. She wants to give the illusion that she's rich, but she's nasty on the inside. I don't know where Michelle thinks she lives, but your place was simple and basic as fuck, sis. When David said your place was simple, it was. You took so much offense to it because you know damn well it is. Pink bar stools or not, it's not gonna make that place pop. Go on somewhere with this, Michelle, because you're showing how materialistic you are. You're showing how shallow you are, and it's not a good look. So Dr. Pia is like, okay, so what if your new friends would have told you that, oh, I could never be friends with you because of where you grew up? So Michelle is like, well, no, no, that's not what I see what you're doing. And see, whenever people point out to Michelle, like the hypocrisy in her statements, she likes to cut you off because she doesn't want to actually hear it. So she then comes out and is like, look, I don't think David can provide for me financially. And Dr. Pia is like, well, he can provide for you in other ways. Michelle is like, what are those? Dr. Pia tells her, with love, support, with care, all this other type of stuff. And I'm with Michelle. That's all fine and good, Dr. Pia, but caring does not put food on the table. Okay? Caring does not put clothes on our back. Caring does not, pay the bills. So I see what Michelle is saying, but at the root of it though, Michelle has no idea what David's finances are because they haven't talked about it. Because if Michelle did know what David's finances were, she would have said so. Michelle would have said, well, David showed me his bank account and I'm not okay with where it is. David showed me his credit score. I'm not okay with where it is. She didn't say any of that. So Dr. Pia told her that her feelings are valid, but they're based in lies, not facts. I said, ooh. Madison and Allan play Twister while answering some sexual questions. Sure. Juan and Carla are sitting down talking, and he wants to know more about her career. How did she get started? Carla said as a kid, she always did her own hair. When she turned 12, she started to do other people's hair. She did not try in high school because she knew I'm going to do hair. So Juan talks about how he and his family moved to America because of the cartels, how bad they were getting. He played varsity soccer, which was like very sought out after, anytime you varsity in high school, like you pop in at school, right? I mean, I did varsity track, but whatever. And then he became a model. So Carla then talks about how she started her business a few years ago, her LLC, and now she wants to open up her own brick and mortar. She wants a location. Juan in his confessional was like, I support her, whatever she needs. I got her. I'll invest. I'll give her my contacts for like marketing and all of that type of stuff. But when he's talking to her face to face, he's like, you have to sacrifice a lot. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. I am not built to be an entrepreneur. I need to know what my check is going to be every 15th and 30th when I get it. I know that I have consistent money coming in. I'm salaried, so my check is going to be the same. Okay. My only surprise is when I get my bonus every year. But it's not for everybody. And I think that once more people realize that and accept that, the world will go round. Some people have to be workers. And I don't like the way that having a 9 to 5 gets such a stigma? Because then Juan was like, yeah, some people are okay with, going and working every day and then only having, 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 weeks off. Yeah. And I'm enjoying my 2 weeks because after tomorrow, I'm done for the rest of the year. Whereas somebody that's an entrepreneur is still going to be working. There are pros and cons to both. So let's not shade either career path that people take. Okay. So we then get Emon and Ichi. So he comes to see her at work. I said, look at them. And she is giving somebody, I guess, some injections, some Botox or something. So they haven't talked since they saw Dr. Pia. How? Are y'all not both staying at the shared apartment? That's interesting. But Ikechi tells her that he was not trying to embarrass her, but he just wanted to let her know how he felt. So Emmett is now on some I don't know what to do, I don't know how to move because I was being myself. That's how I am when I'm comfortable. So Emmett even tells Ikechi, I need you to lead and be more direct. He then tells her that it's just too much with sex. Um he wants to kind of build up to that. He doesn't want to get to know her that way. He mentions that he likes to just go take long drives to clear his mind. And she was like, that's fine. That's fine. So, I mean, I don't care about them anymore because I think the way that he is treating her is rude. I think the way that he's trying to paint this picture that she is this aggressive, angry black woman is irresponsible as fuck. Are these the letters you wrote to that wife? $5.99 for the Kindle. $5.99. That's all you need. $5.99 for the Kindle. $9.99 for the paperback. $12.99 for the hard copy. Is that what's in the letters to my wife? The first poem called her aggressive? Like, come on. Come on. As a black man, you should know better. Ikechi, you should know better. So then we get David and Dr. Pia, David and Michelle talking to Dr. Pia. So they think the marriage is going good. They're getting along. Kumbaya, okay? Sure. Michelle said that they don't spend a lot of time together. And it's because of their job schedules. We know Michelle works first shift and David works second shift. So Dr. P is like, I just want to remind you guys of what you guys asked for. So she pulls out the iPad and shows the clips of what they were looking for in their future partner, their future spouse. So Michelle is like, I know where this is going and I'm going to start to get annoyed. So Dr. P said, why? David leaves to give them some privacy, and Michelle said, basically, I don't have a connection with him. Okay. Dr. Pia said, you are not allowing yourself to, and I agree. Now, I know some people are taking this to mean that Dr. Pia is like forcing her, because I was looking at Twitter, reading the tweets, that Dr. Pia is forcing her. Dr. Pia is not forcing her because at any moment, Michelle can say, I don't want to continue forward like we have seen people do every season, and their marriage would be over. What Dr. Pia is telling her is you are so like she's being closed-minded. There's some type of roadblock that Michelle is not moving out of her own way. So Dr. Pia is like, you got to be honest. Is there something more that you're just not saying? Michelle said that she doesn't know how to explain it. So David comes back in and Michelle tells David that she doesn't want to go back to living a simple lifestyle. And David was like, I think it's just the definition. So, according to David, a simple lifestyle is like it's just easy. It's very carefree. It's nothing too crazy. It has nothing to do with the lifestyle or how they choose to like live, the house or anything like that. So he was like, I just meant easygoing and chill, like simple. So they're clashing on the definitions. Michelle was taking it to mean that um I guess she thought it was gonna mean that they had like meager living or that they didn't have a lot. And a lot of that could have been cleared up if you would have talked to this man instead of shunning him at every chance that you got. But that was the episode, y'all. It was a good one. I enjoyed it. Okay. Let me know what you guys thought about. Look how long this is. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. And I don't know if there's an episode next week because it'll be Christmas Eve. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all that type of stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.